Welcome, bums, to Crash Theories. Today is another battle between gods. Goku versus Superman. Stay tuned for the new answer. Oh yeah. Before we get onto this video, I would like all you guys' opinion on the new channel banner made by yours truly. And type down in the comments what do you think about the new banner. Took me about an hour to make it. Looks pretty good, I would say. Well, whatever, let's get onto the video. First thing is, the reason why I am doing this battle again, because I'm just looking back at my previous video, you know, watching some YouTube, eating some kumquats, and I just realized that I just sounded so unenthusiastic in that video. It's just completely crap. It was like my second video on this channel, and and there were so many, there's so many factors that I didn't even consider in that previous video. But YouTube gave me a second chance in life. I have done all the recalculations and finally determined the proper winner, which is going to be stated in the end of this video. You see, there was quite the miscalculations in Superman's power level. It was my bad that I did not put the numbers in the numbers and carried the 1 and divided it by 2. Whatever that means. But we are going to do over the whole thing. So yeah, look out for some Crash Theory stuff. Yeah. If you like the new voice, comment down below. Okay, first thing is first, we need to know what's the battleground. I would say something like the place where Cell and Gohan fought. For those who didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, and if you haven't, go ahead and watch that. That was just a plain flat space with no clouds whatsoever. So like that, both fighters are not distracted by anything else. And by the way, there are not going to be any civilians around or any wildlife. So it's just them two fighting in a plain space with plenty of sun. Okay, now we have the battleground and the conditions set. By the way, this is a battle to the death. So shanking and stabbings allowed. So now, onward to the calculations. If you like my new voice, comment down below what do you think. Okay, first one, we gotta calculate Superman's and Goku's power level to make this a lot simpler on all of us. And before people start flooding in the comments being like power levels ain't jack, I completely disagree with that. Power levels do not mean anything after the person surpasses the previous power level. So let's say this is Monday and a new episode of Dragon Ball Super came out, and it says that someone's power level is 6, and that's them at their full power. You can't just say that's meaningless. It's like all of our height. Only because I'm gonna grow in a while doesn't mean I shouldn't measure my height. The same thing goes for power levels. If I have a set power level and my maximum amount, that means that number is valid until I pass it or train harder. And the reason they think is useless is because they use it throughout the battle, and they're able to manipulate their power level however they want. So Goku can just waltz in with a power level of 10 and then go to millions if he wanted to. That's why to them it's useless, because of the level of unpredictability throughout the battle. So therefore, for our purpose at least, power levels are the best thing in the world. So okay then, onward with the calculations. Again, we find out in the first episode when Ryder scans a human and the average power level of a human is 5. And through the power of Google, I found out that the average man can lift about 150 pounds. And now we can divide that by the amount that Superman can lift. And that determines that Superman's power level is exactly 12 quadrillion. And trust me, it wasn't that easy. I went on Google to tell me numbers, point, e to 11th power, and I just needed to find a different calculator that was big enough to do these calculations. Okay, since we have power level out of the way, by the way, that isn't the only factor we're gonna calculate in this video. Now let's calculate Goku's power level. Honestly, I'm not gonna get into all those numbers with Goku, and I'm just gonna say it straight out, that is 3 trillion. If you want to watch the full video of how I did the calculations, the link to that will be down below, or press it on the screen if I'm able to put that on. But that number could be wrong. You see, Super Saiyan isn't really much of an improvement, it's mostly multiplying what you already have. Let's say my power level is 3, Super Saiyan might multiply it by 4, making my power level 12. So Super Saiyan in itself isn't powerful, it's just a multiplication used. So Goku's base form needs to get stronger if you want the Super Saiyan form to be stronger. And the only problem is, I could only calculate his base form from when he was at Namek, and I didn't want to stray off the topic and try to be off numbers, so I only calculated the numbers that I had. And 3 trillion is only a Super Saiyan 3 with Kaioken times 10. And the highest number that is canon is 3 trillion. And we haven't calculated Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue. So it is quite possible that Goku's power level could be constantly times more than that amount. But since I don't have the numbers to do that, the most I can say is 3 trillion. 3 trillion one if you wanted to, I don't care. But for as it seems, Superman has beaten Goku in a landslide in power levels. But power levels isn't everything. Again, power levels are essential in this fight, but it isn't everything though. One thing we really have to take into consideration in this is fighting skill. Generally speaking, Goku just learned various kinds of fighting skills and techniques from multiple masters, compared to Superman that only swings his fists. So in the fighting skills department, Goku wins like no matter what Superman does. And Goku beats Superman in speed. Yes, you heard me, in speed. Maybe there's a little something called instant transmission. He is able to teleport. Fast as Superman is, he can't be teleportation, which is well just instant, quoted from Akira Toriyama himself. By the way, he's creator of Dragon Ball, so he knows all. And before you guys are saying, oh, that's nothing, trust me, it is. The only factor that Superman beats Goku in is fighting power, and that's just raw. Honestly speaking, you can be as powerful as you want to be, but it wouldn't do anything if you can't hit your opponent, especially when he can teleport. So it is kind of determined that Superman might not be able to hit Goku. But we do see Goku get hit by multiple characters, so it isn't impossible, just extremely unlikely. And now we do have fighting techniques. Trust me, Goku can return that power with a simple counter. Those who don't know what a counter is when you use your opponent's strength against them. Let's say I were to throw a punch at full power and you were dodging it, and at the same time you hit me. That's your momentum combined with mine hitting my face, coming in with a punch twice as hard. And I know Goku can execute that with all the fighting training that he has. But that's only if he lands the hit. We can just say that he can counter, but we do see that sometimes in the show, so we don't know if he utilizes that in the battle. So I'm just gonna lay everything out for you now. Goku has superior fighting style and speed, and Superman has raw power, and that's it. Honestly speaking, Goku might have 2 advantages, but the one Superman has greatly outnumbers Goku's. But there is no doubt that Goku can at least cause some damage with the counter that he pulls off, if he pulls it off. This is a very close match. We do have someone with raw fighting power, but that raw fighting power greatly outnumbers Goku's. But Goku does have superior fighting skill and speed, but that can only do so much. But there's one thing I didn't mention: being able to think. Honestly speaking, Superman can definitely think faster than Goku can. So at the time when Goku thinks to teleport, Superman can already thinking, yo, he's gonna teleport, I'm going to punch him. So that's one more advantage that Superman has over Goku, is just plain thinking power. This is a very close fight, and I would hate to say this, but Superman actually wins. The chances of Goku pulling off that counter that can possibly kill him is way too slim. Because when Superman sees he's going to pull off the counter, he probably already thought, yo, he's gonna do the counter, I'm just gonna slap him. So, in conclusion, Superman does win the fight. It hurts so bad. Hi, you stuck around for this long, so why not? If you like this video, comment down below and follow me on Twitter if you want to stay updated and look at all of my funny tweets. And thingy, this channel has an Instagram now, so go ahead and check that out. And we also have a Facebook page that's full of stuff, but it's just my videos, so I don't know if you should do that, but whatever. You do what you do you, okay? I'm not gonna stop you doing anything you want, you know? Goodbye, see you guys on Thursday.